Good day, everyone. Welcome to the channel. My name is Zeus, and today I've got a million coin squad builder around the two objective players from the first week of team of the season so far. You can see them on the screen. You've got Marcus Thuram and Laporte. Now, the cards aren't too difficult to do. They're mainly just a time investment. The win conditions for two of Laporte's challenges, the freestyle week for French one and the assists with crosses, are quite difficult, but the goal he got for me won me a game of Foot Champs because he played the second half of my Foot Champs games. He is an unbelievable player, which I'll go on to talk about more during the gameplay. And up front, you've got Marcus Thuram, who isn't difficult to do. It's mainly the French wins that you need to get, getting a score and assist. But he's not too bad as well. It's just a bit of a time investment to get both of these players. The team, like I said, costs 1 million coins, but it's quite a few objective players in there, and that's why the price is a little bit all over the place. So to buy the team with liquid coins, you can get it for 750k. But the players, these two players are obviously objective players, and there's two more objective players in the team. And if you were to replace them with likewise players such as Thuram, you could get any Bundesliga striker. Laporte, you could get a centre back with links to the people around him. And the other two, you're going to look at 250k to get them. So overall, the team's coin value would be about 1 million coins if these players were on the market, for example. This team, just before I get into it, is unbelievable. I played in Division 3 and Division 2 with it, and I won 9 games and drew once. So I didn't lose a single game with it the whole time playing with it, and I conceded once. And I conceded 2 goals in that game. So I only conceded in 10 games 2 goals. So defensively, this team is unbelievable, and the attackers are so good as well. Starting off in goal, we've got the best keeper in the game, in my opinion, footman's David De Gea. Played over 300 games with him, unbelievable card. At the other centre back, we've got Sergio Ramos, and then at right back, we've got Danny Carvajal to get the perfect link. With these two, you can upgrade them to better versions. I think he's got a team of the group stage. And Sergio Ramos, he's also got his player moments card, and Carvajal has got a better inform if you wanted to go for that. Obviously, you can upgrade them, but I was fine with going these two, and they did the job for me really well. At left back, you can have any French left back that you want, or an icon if you've got baby Roberto Carlos or something like that. I went for a Marvi because I did the SPC, and he's an absolutely amazing card. But like I said, you could replace him with Benjamin Mendy if you wanted to get the perfect link into Laporte. In midfield on the left, we've got Bakayoko, who you can trade for any French Ligue 1 defender. In the middle, we've got Havertz, his birthday card. And on the right, we've got Thiago, Alcantara's team of the season so far's card, which, as you've heard in the other videos, I've really been hyping up. He is amazing. The best secondary defensive midfielder in the game, in my opinion, at the moment. And to finish off the squad, we've got the attackers. So on the left-hand side, we've got Kingsley Coman's Road to the Final card, which for its price of 150k is really good. Again, I'll get that into that in the gameplay. On the right-hand side, we've got Bellarabi. So that's how the team sets up just for chemistry at the beginnings, but if we go into the tactics, you'll be able to see how it actually plays in-game. So these tactics are the same as all my other videos, are pretty much what I use all the time. But this is how the team looks in the 4-2-3-1. So you've got Havertz in the middle, Koeman out the left, Bellarabi out the right, Thiago, Bakayoko at DMs, and then Thuram up front. This is kind of what I played in the tight games that I play, but most of the ones in the gameplay you'll see I weren't tight at all. I was battering people with this team. This is the main setup that I used during it, so pressure and heavy turret balanced. Playing a 4-2-3-1 again, the same things, but I think what's key to this side is allowing Thiago to not be on stay back while attacking. Allowing him to get up the pitch and dictate play a little bit more is really key in how this team is so solid. So that's the team, that's the tactics that went into it. Like I said, the record was absolutely unbelievable. We had about 7 rage quits in the games I played. And these aren't just like people doing icon swaps and stuff like that. I came up against foil icon teams, weekend league ready teams, and this team is so well balanced and so brilliant for the meta game overall. So that's the squad overall. We'll go into the gameplay so you guys see how it go, and we'll talk about the individual players a little bit more. First of all, let's evaluate the defense. So as I said, this defense was kind of built around Laporte, and he is so good. If you've got a French team or a Premier League team or any way of getting Laporte into the team, he has been rock solid for me. I played with him from Gold 3 all the way up to gold one. I was 1 win off. So he played that really latter stage, high elo end of the weekend league for me, and he was so good. So solid, really good with the ball at his feet, really good in the air, really good at just like whipping the ball off someone as they're running through on him. And so he really was the linchpin of this whole defensive setup. Like I said, if you're able to get out there and get him before, you've got a week to do him, so it's not like you need to rush through it. He is absolutely worth it. In terms of the rest of the defense, Amavi's brilliant. He's always brilliant for me. I love him as a left back. I think he's one of the best left backs in the game. But you could put, like I said, anybody there. So he is quite replaceable. He's not really built around this team. It's just that he's just a bit of a luxury player for it. Sergio Ramos and Dani Carvajal. I don't really remember Carvajal doing much apart from he assists with a back heel at some point in the gameplay to Havertz, which was pretty nice. But other than that, he was just solid. He was just there. And Ramos is the same. Ramos is always that guy who's really, really good. He was definitely the more aggressive of the two defenders and really good at stepping out and carrying the ball forwards. But him and Laporte paired really, really well. And what I would say would be the weakness of this defence is the two centre-backs aren't the fastest or the most agile. So if I was going to build this team to be completely fit for the meta, I'd have to put somebody alongside Laporte who was a bit quicker and had a bit more agility. Someone like Lisandro Lopez from the Libertadores squad builder that I've used in my previous squad builder. David Alaba I've also used in my previous squad builder. But then people like that Mailing Sarr card, and we would obviously link to Laporte because they're both French. Luca Hernandez from Bayern Munich would also link to Laporte and be really, really good. Those kind of players would make this team, I think, even better, because sometimes the 2 goals I did concede were to people playing with Dan James and Hugo Sanchez, who were 2 very, very quick attackers, and they were just pinging balls over the top of them. And if they couldn't get hold of the player or clear the ball instantly, I was often left for De Gea's heroics saving me from conceding. So that would be the only weakness. But like I said, overall defense, like a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. It was absolutely unbelievably solid the whole way. Looking at the midfield now, I'm going to focus on Thiago and Bakayoko as the 2 holding DMs for the midfield, because in the 4-2-3-1 I see the front 4 as attackers. So if you want to hear about Havertz and how he performed, just wait till the attacking section. Bakayoko and Thiago work perfectly together. They were absolutely outstanding. Bakayoko is just a destroyer. He runs around, getting the ball off people, holding it up, shielding it up, passing it out wide. He doesn't have any skill moves, but he's got the 5-star weak foot, so he's really, really good at holding onto the ball after winning it back and launching counterattacks. Thiago does everything. He can dribble, he can pass, he can beat a man, he can turn them, he can do everything you need that secondary midfielder to do. The way I play is that Bakayoko wins the ball back. I'll then play it to Thiago. Thiago will then do something magical and start my attack from that. If you watch the gameplay, pretty much every goal starts with Bakayoko getting the ball and then giving it to Thiago. They were so good together. The only thing I'd say about Thiago is he's not quite quick enough. He's got about 80 pace. The sprint speed's not very high, so when he's tearing from box to box, he gets caught up really, really easily. He's a lot better at playing intricate short passes. But the passing play I was able to do with this team compared to the other teams I've used on the game was so much better because I had Thiago. His passing range is so good. Short, long, switch balls along the ground, lofted through balls, anything. He did it. And he was just mesmeric the whole way through the gameplay. So even if you don't want to build this team, if there is a way of you getting Bakayoko's foot birthday card and Thiago into a double pivot in a 4-2-3-1 or in a 4-2-2-2, or even playing them as a 2 centre mids in a 4-4-2, they would be so good for you. I cannot say any more about this midfield other than they were absolutely perfect for me. My dream midfield, to the point that I've changed my upcoming weekend league team to play these 2 as my 2 pivots because they were that good during the gameplay. Finally, we'll talk about the attack. Now, I'll talk about the front 3 other than Thuram first. Incredible. All 10 out of 10. Again, I think they're going to go into my weekend league team because I enjoyed them so much more than I thought I would. Havertz actually played the back end of my weekend league team with Laporte, and he carried me. He scores some ridiculous goals. You'll see them in the gameplay. Either foot, inside the box, near post is going in. Far post. The goal that I really like with him is when you're running to the near stick and he hits it outside of the foot and just roofs it into the near side. Oh, such a good goal. But anyway, Bellarabi was like the kind of goal scorer of the the cams as the right attacking mid. Havertz was the linchpin. He built everything together. He'd run with the ball. And then Koeman was kind of the fast, quick one that I used for breaking down really pressing sides. So I just chip it over the top with Havertz or Thiago and let Koeman run in behind them. So overall, those three, I'd say 10 out of 10. They are unbelievable. Now, Thuram, who's obviously one of the people I built the team around, was really, really not very good. 3-star, 3-star for this point of the game is just not good enough. It doesn't work very well. If you saw my Icardi review, I really, really didn't like him just because he had those 3-star skill moves. And it makes you just a lot more limited in what you're able to do with a player. On top of that, his balance and agility really aren't very good, which again are key stats in this game. He's only got 64 balance and 82 agility and 82 composure and 83 reactions, all of which are stats that you don't... They just hinder him so much. And I mean, in the gameplay, I think he scored once, maybe twice, and got a few assists, which from your main striker in a 4-2-3-1 is just a really, really bad return. So overall, with Thuram, if you're going to do him, I'd be doing him for SBCs or as maybe a super sub, or if you really don't have a Bundesliga striker and want somebody in there. But he is not the kind of player that can go into a top meta team now. I wouldn't even say like a middling foot champs team. You know, if you've got only recently started or you haven't got the best of teams, I don't even think Thuram's good enough to get into those kind of teams. He really, really was that poor. So the other three, my three attacking midfielders, 10 out of 10. Again, the whole of the midfield and attack other than Thuram were unbelievable. Like some of the best cards I've used on this game. Havertz, I think, is the best card I've used in this game. But we'll see. We'll see a couple of more weekend leagues, see if he stays around, if he's that so good. But Thuram is the weak link of this whole team, and he brings the attacking rating down from kind of what should be a 10 to more of like a 7 or an 8, because he is just that poor. So guys, that concludes the gameplay. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found it helpful in determining how the team plays, the kind of style that works well with it. Overall, I'd say somebody that likes playing a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-2-2 would find this team to be really, really solid. The double pivot of Bakayoko and Thiago, you could build any team on. They are so, so good. And barring your kind of Hullits and those kind of players, I think they're two of the best DMs you could get in the game. Again, the defense were so, so solid. Go out, put this backline into any team you want. They'll be really, really good for you. Like I said, you might struggle with Laporte and Sergio Ramos being a little bit stiff and a bit slow. But if you put the right chem styles on them and get them with really good, quick fullbacks, then you won't find that to be a problem. If I was going to do anything with this team, I'd get rid of Thuram and put in any Bundesliga striker that you want. You could put an icon in there. You could switch him and Havertz and then put somebody like Ben Yedder in midfield, although Thiago won't get full chemistry if you do that, for example. But there's loads of... This is a blueprint for a way you could build a lot of different teams around the same kind of structure. But the players that I would recommend highly to you, even if you don't build this team, would be do the Laporte card. He's been absolutely brilliant for me. Do this Thiago card or buy this Thiago card and try and get him into a team. He is unbelievable. Havertz is the star of the show for this team, without a doubt. 24 games, including champs games for me, 21 goals, 9 assists. For 200k, he's an absolute steal. But overall, I give this team like a 9 or 10 out of 10, as long as you can get Thuram out of there and put a striker in that fits the meta a bit more and is a little bit stronger. You can even, for example, put Gnabry at right forward and play Bellarabi as your striker or something like that in order to make this team go to that next level and really solidify it as a 10 out of 10 team. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, comment down below what you thought of the team, whether you liked it. If you try it out, let me know what you think of these kind of players. Have you done Laporte? Have you done Thuram? Let me know what you think of them below. Do you think Thuram's as bad as I'm saying him, or do you think I'm doing a little bit of injustice to him? Who knows? Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I just can't use him very well. If you like squad builders like this and you want to see more variety of squad builders, then subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be uploading every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday at 12 PM GMT. And that's it, boys. Hope you guys are enjoying Team of the Season. Hope you got some good stuff from your squad battles rewards if you played. And I will see you guys on Thursday. See you later, guys.